from the castle, from anywhere, the whole castle will collapse. The higher the castle, the more the chances of collapsing. Just like this, we build our own self-image like a castle out of people's opinions of us. We collect certificates or signatures from our father, mother, boyfriend, girlfriend, teacher, friends, and whatnot. And then we arrange all these certificates and signatures and build a castle to form our self-image. The image will look beautiful and we feel very happy. But if even one person withdraws their certificate or strikes out their signature, what happens? The castle collapses. You start feeling miserable about yourself. You feel depressed. You feel that the whole world has come to an end. You see, at least in the case of children, they build their castles with their own cards. But we build our castles with others' cards, with others' certificates. We don't have control over the castle because it is built with other people's certificates. So what do? We start working hard in maintaining the castle, in guarding it well. We start behaving in such a way so that people don't remove their certificates or signatures. We start doing things to get their continuous approval because their approval becomes our bread and butter. A small story. There was a lady who once went shopping with her husband. She wanted to buy a coat for herself. They visited many shops, but she could not find what she wanted. The husband became tired. He asked, "Dear, do you know the exact kind of coat you want to buy?" The wife replied, "Of course, dear. I'm looking for a drop-dead coat." The husband could not understand what she meant. He asked, "What is a drop-dead coat?" She replied, "When people see it, they will drop dead." We are all the time looking to see how we can collect certificates from people. Every action of ours is unconsciously related to what people will say to it, how people will react to it. For example, a bag may come reasonably within your budget, and it may have a lot of utility value also. But unconsciously, your mind will visualize you holding that bag and what others will think when they see you with it. Then you decide that it is not good enough for others to see you holding it. You start choosing again. But you will not agree that you are searching for certificates because it is an unconscious process in you. We become almost like a centipede. A centipede needs 100 legs to walk. Just like that, we need the synchronous approval of everyone for us to walk in life. What happens if even one leg of the centipede is not all right? It will be stranded where it is. What happens to us when even one approval fails to be got? We fall into depression. If we are so dependent on others, there is every possibility that we will fall into depression. People who suffer from depression are actually suffering from attention need. Over time, something happens. They don't get enough attention and they are not capable of handling it. Just one word is enough to put us into depression. But we don't know the real reason for our depression. So what do? We start taking medicines to cure it. How will it heal? The cause for the depression is inside you, and you look at medicines for help. When people come to me with depression, I tell them to do the simple Mahamantra meditation to start with. And I tell them that slowly we will stop the medicines. You see, these people need to be shown that their energy source lies within them, and meditation can show them that. Depending on the sincerity with which they do the meditation, they can simply harness the energy inside them and come out of depression. Medicines will only dull them even more. This needs to be clearly understood. I tell you, when you derive your energy from outside, it can simply play havoc on you, and you become just a puppet. An experiment was conducted in Chicago University on 11 people. A young, healthy, and intelligent man wakes up and gets ready to go for work. His wife looks at him and tells him, "You're looking tired. Are you all right?" He feels irritated by her comment and tells her to stop imagining things, and he leaves. As he takes his car out of the garage, his neighbor is watching him and shouts out, "Are you feeling well? You're looking out of sorts." The man is surprised this time, but tells him that he is all right and drives out. He reaches his office and he walks in. The receptionist looks at him with concern and says, "Sir, you look ill. Why did you come to work?" The man replies, "Well, I think I'm fine. Let's see." And he goes to his cabin. He starts to work, and a colleague enters and tells, "Hey, you look awful. What's the matter? You have fever or something?" Now by this time, it becomes too much for the man. He begins to feel uneasy and sick. Just then, his boss calls him in and says, "You look really unwell. Are you sure you can carry on today? Why don't you go and see the doctor?" The young man has had enough. He feels positively ill by now. He says he would like to go home, and he leaves the office. As he drives home in his car, he feels his temperature is rising. When he reaches home, his wife is surprised to see him back. She reaches out and touches his forehead and finds that he has temperature. A man who was healthy and happy in the morning became actually sick by afternoon. And how did he become sick? Just by people telling him that he was sick. The people were set up to tell him the same thing again and again. And what happened? He actually fell sick. This experiment was conducted on not one but 11 people, and all the 11 people fell sick at the end of it. Now this is what happens when you are not centered in your own energy that is inside you. You will simply move from a high to a low just because of the influences from outside. When we become centered in us, nothing outside can shake us. We all continue to do things for getting praise and approval, but we do it in the name of love and duty. People come and tell me, "Swamiji, we don't do things for praise or approval. We do it because it is our duty." Be very clear. The moment you claim that you are doing your duty, you are doing it because if you don't do it, your people will stop approving you. Your people will approve of you as long as you fulfill every small thing that is expected of you. Even one small slip in what you are doing, you will be able to see the change in their relationship with you. You know this, and so you do your duty.